to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George.
Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we are concluding our month of secret societies, and that was kind of a spoiler for this one. And I knew that, but it felt like a worthy sacrifice to make to watch Hot Fuzz, originally released on April 20th, 2007. Fucking blaze it. Written for the screen by Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright. Directed by Edgar Wright. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And like I said, Secret Society Month coming to an end on its lightest note yet by probably far. Hot Fuzz, the middle installment of the acclaimed Cornetto trilogy from Edgar Wright, consisting of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End. This was your first viewing of any of those three films, correct?
Yes. Numero uno, and I guess kind of a second viewing as well yesterday. I had the good old rental for 48 hours, and I did finish the movie the first night I watched it, and then I was like, why not just throw it on?
Let's get our money's worth here.
I was like, I just threw it on again as I was just cleaning up my room and doing stuff. But then the end, I don't know, I was sat down again. I guess I think that's just any movie, no matter what. Eventually, I'll find my way to the seat, or maybe that's just we do pick some good movies to watch, or entertaining. So I guess kind of a second watch, but no, very, very first viewings for sure. I did not have any pre-knowledge into this, but now I must go into the greater trilogy here. Like I gotta. These movies are just so much fun, and having Edgar Wright, like the only movies I have under my belt for him are this and Last Night in Soho. And not to say that I didn't like Last Night in Soho, it was really just the ending.
Very stylish, very good looking.
But I love.
Did you ever watch Scott
everything
Pilgrim
else.
versus the World?
It's been forever.
I like that movie. That's got this weird thing where like, before I watched a lot of movies, I really loved it, and then as I was starting to watch a bunch of movies, I was like, oh, maybe that movie's not very good, and then I revisited it, and I was like, nah, fuck it, I love this thing. So it's, I enjoy Scott Pilgrim versus the World a lot, and I enjoy Edgar Wright as a director a lot. I think that these three movies, and Hot Fuzz is a ton of fun, and they're called a trilogy. He's not playing the same guy by any stretch of the imagination. Simon Pegg is the lead in all three. Edgar Wright directed all three. Nick Frost, the Butterman sidekick, is the sidekick in all three.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And they consist of a similar cast every time. Not the exact same, but a similar one. And that's kind of the vibe they've got going over there, which is a ton of fun. One of the things that I love about this movie the most is that you can tell it's a group of friends who got resources to make whatever the fuck they wanted. And the part that specifically made me realize that was when they were pushing shopping carts as a battering ram. And like the camera's like mounted on the wheels of the shopping carts. I was like, a kid thought that up, and now Edgar Wright gets to do it, which is kind of incredible. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's like pretty much let's take all of the action movies, all the really undoubtedly cool action movies, and let's just do it on a funnier way, but also it's like still cool. Like it's like it's not maybe like Mission Impossible level, or we're not up there, but like I love that it is self-aware to where like they're playing off of the moment on other movies, but like it actually does work well. Like the Keanu
within the context of this movie, the Point Break
the
moment,
firing up into the air, and then he like actually gets.
Have you ever fired your gun into the air and gone Yeah, fucking kills
no.
me.
He's like, no, I haven't done that. He's like, why would it? Yeah, like, but then
Everything
it comes
he asks
back
in
around.
that scene, have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? They do all of it by the end of the movie. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Yeah, man. I think that this movie is so much fun, and that's really the premier thing it obviously has going for it. I mean, again, Edgar Wright's a really solid director. He's got a very, very distinctive style insofar as his pacing is concerned. I feel like all of his movies kind of move at the speed of light, like they're just flying by you. And he really, really capitalizes on any given moment. Like, I love the quick cuts and the quick pans, and like I'm at the scene in my little watch while it's on while we're recording. I'm at the scene where he's at the bar or at the pub, and all the kids are in there, and like the camera is just whipping around the place, looking at all these panning to all these kids, and he's so intense about it. I fucking love it. How old are you? Get out of here. When's your birthday? 22nd of February. What year? Every year. Fucking great.
And even the bartenders, or the people who run the bar, they're like, yeah, better for him to do it in here than to be the craze out there. And then at first I was kind of like, you know what? Actually, kind of good on it, like that. Yeah, fuck yeah. But then those people, I'm pretty sure, turn out to be in
they're
the cult or in the society. So it's like, well, damn. It's like I guess it was the only cult area where at first I was kind of like, maybe this is good, or I don't know, like
maybe they're not so bad. Yeah. No. Yeah, they're not great. I love my favorite part about the revelation of the cult is that they are not motivated by any monetary gain. Or like, he tied together this big conspiracy about land and how everything comes together, and they're like, yeah, you read too deep into that shit, bro. We just didn't fuck with those people. Like, that's hysterical.
Yeah, just we just want to be the best town there is, and the way we do that is just kill anyone who says it's not good or not, or has anything we do not agree with. We will just kill them. I think they've already reached the money status. Like they've already gotten that. So they
got the bag.
Yeah, they're good there. So it's just okay. Let's just go, just absolutely shit wild. I mean, like, I can't. It's wild that I thought it was only this. Who's the guy? The shopping.
Skinner?
Skinner. Yeah, I mean, like, he plays himself, very early on of like beheading price, or or slicing prices, and so it was like, okay,
arrest
and
me. I'm a slasher. A slasher of prices. Yeah.
He was going too deep into it that I kind of thought, well, maybe this guy's actually like chill. Like, maybe
Right.
there isn't anything wrong. Like, they're going too far into it, and then it was actually just, oh no, it's the whole.
He's just
kind of
not the
neighborhood
only
watch.
one. Yeah. And that's pretty solid. I love Timothy Dalton as Simon Skinner. Another movie that has a meme in it that is kind of swirled around whenever he stands up in front of his own photo, making the exact same smile as what's in the photo. I love a moment. I love a moment in a movie that makes me hit the Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I'm like, oh, I've seen that. And I didn't realize that's what this was from. And he's just so fucking good at that kind of playful, evil fuck. Also a former James Bond, Timothy Dalton.
Okay.
So we got a little Bond connection there, which is great.
Yeah, and freaking, of course, like, I mean, I guess this is a fictional town. I'm assuming Sanford, or is it Stanford or Sandford?
No, it's Sandford.
Sandford. Yeah, I'm imagining. I don't know if it is actually legit, if there is a real Sanford, England, or wherever we are. But damn, across the pond is like this was pretty sick. Like, as cops go, like, I can't. I hate that the only cops I hate are like the big city cops that like kicked him out and said, you're too good. We got to get you out of here to have let everyone else have a chance. But like, I hate whenever propaganda is like, I'm like, damn, like if every cop could just be like this, it's actual like superhero level shit. Like this is, it's just vigilante, but without the mask. It's like actually what I feel like supposed to be.
Well,
but then,
that's when it comes to the quote unquote propaganda of Hot Fuzz, I think it only goes so far. I think that because of its satirization of other pieces of actual propaganda, it becomes satire of propaganda itself. It kind of is poking fun at the idea that these could be ultra badasses who trot into town on their white horse and, like that's Simon Pegg. I love Simon Pegg. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason he's not Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an everyman, and he's going to be the hero when he needs to be, and that makes him lovable and admirable. But it's not because he's throwing fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? This actually has multiple moments that play on the understanding you have of him in Shaun of the Dead. Because this was understood to be made by the same exact people and kind of understood to be not a spirit sequel, as it were. And there's a moment in Shaun of the Dead where he does exactly what Butterman does at the fences. So whenever he's like, you never heard of a shortcut? That's a line in Shaun of the Dead, and he completely whiffs it and hits his head, and that's that. And then in this one, he's a badass who jumps over all the fences and pulls it off and flips over, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is a completely different fucking guy. And I love that. I love that everyone except for him is incompetent. They're incredibly dumb, and, lulled into submission by the fact that they've been told nothing is wrong ever and everything's fine. And I love the Andes. Patty Considine is always a welcomed sight.
Man. That mustache is insane.
Oh, it's incredible.
Holy shit. And his partner, like his kind of, right, they both got some stashes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were rocking it. Yeah, the Thrones cast, I did love, like seeing Paddy Considine in this state, as well.
Oh,
like, he's not King Viserys, he was just such a good guy, or just like King Viserys. Like he was just so gentle, I feel like. And then now, he just he just with his buddy, just always smoking in that room. I feel like that's all he ever did until he was activated, or they were actually had to go. On
that moment whenever they drop the mic on Simon Pegg and they like exit frame one at a time, and then he like pops back into frame and then soothes right back out. It fucking kills me. He is so fucking funny in this. I've seen Paddy Considine in at least two other roles that Viserys was the first time I was like, who's this guy? Okay, it's Paddy Considine. I love Paddy Considine. And then since then I've seen him in two things. This and Peaky Blinders.
No way.
He's a premier villain in season 3.
Oh my god. Holy shit, that's right.
Yeah,
wow.
He's the priest. Yeah, he's the evil fucking asshole priest.
Wow, I knew him before I even knew him. I mean,
exactly. That's why I'm like, I'm sure I've seen Paddy Considine and other stuff. I just didn't know it was Paddy Considine until I watched House of the Dragon.
Dang.
So I've seen him play the wizened, sweet, soft-spoken king in House of the Dragon. I've seen him play the absolute vile fucking villain in Peaky Blinders, and I've seen him play a fucking goofball detective in Hot Fuzz, which is such a hilarious combo that displays just how incredible a range he actually has as an actor. And the fact that a lot of people in this cast have gone on to do a ton of wonderful stuff. I mean, Olivia Colman, the office slut, as it were, she's an Oscar winner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's one of the best actresses of her time, and they're just goofing around here. I fucking love that. Jim Broadbent, I like him a lot. He's in a lot of good stuff. It's a really stacked slate of slate of actors all coming together to make something super fun and funny.
And we got the other Thrones connection. Like, it actually took me a while to realize that was the Hound. I
was curious about that. Yarp.
Yarp. Yes, and I'm like, and then I finally checked the cast list, see, is it Rory McCann? Yeah, so then I'm like, no way. So that was nice to get that confirmation. Good old Walder Frey, being the old man that was. I honestly forgot why they went over there. Like, he was upset about something. Bro was posted up with his gun.
He trimmed somebody else's hedges.
Oh yes, okay, yes, that's right. Okay, and then it's like, why did he just narc on himself though? It's like, yep, this is the only one that I have licensed to me or whatever. And then he's like, yeah, I do have a lot more guns, but they're all illegal, I guess, or whatever. And then they just got armed up. It was like, thank you, Walder Frey, for arming us up. But bro, he really did not have to walk him into that barn. Like, I don't know why. I was a little confused as to why he just gave up all of his goods or all of his weapons. But no, it did stock up the boys. It did and allow for
great pull through later on. Yeah, there's no doubt. And those are not the only 3 Thrones connections. About to dig deep into the bag here. The gentleman playing Sergeant Tony Fisher, the one who's always like, all right, what he said.
Okay.
He is the actor version of I almost called him Tony Stark, Ned Stark. When he's like, "What's that mean?" The satirized version of the Seven Kingdoms that Arya sees on the street side and ends up hanging out with them in the streets of Essos, and she idolizes.
No way.
Yeah. He's the guy acting like Ned Stark in that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why he looked like someone else, and I can't
He kind of looks like Jermaine Clement. That might reel you in. Not Jermaine, G-E or J-E-M. It's Jermaine without the R.
Jermaine Clemens. Let's see.
Does that do it? Not do it at all?
Okay. Yeah.
That's who he reminds me of.
It's it makes sure I'm the guy that has his glasses super far down. And it's crunching his nose, and he's kind of is like an SNL guy. Bill, is it Bill something? Bill.
Oh, Hader.
Yeah, maybe Bill Hader. Is that? I think that I don't know. I knew it wasn't him, but it was
I could see how you got there. Okay, I could see how you got there for sure.
Yeah. Specifically with the glasses and whatever he's in that helmet or whenever it's crunching down. So I feel like most of his face was covered actually whenever I was like, is that Bill Hader? I'm like, there's no way that is. I was seeing him before, but okay, yeah, no. Huh.
I mean, so there's some great connections too, the Reverend that, pulls out the taxi driver style guns later on.
Yep.
That was Belloc in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm obviously much older now.
Yep.
Or then. Let's see. I feel like the Doctor, Stuart Wilson's almost certainly in something else, but I don't. He looked familiar, but I don't know if he actually is in much else. Looks like a consistent working actor, but not that I've seen a ton of stuff with him in it.
It's like movies like this though. I mean, we were saying how it is just a lot of fun and all these actors coming back together to make this unofficial trilogy. And I think it's movies like this that this cannot. I mean, it's still a job. They're still working, but man, would it be so much more fun to work on movies like this rather than I don't know what an Oppenheimer is popping out where
right.
it would be an honor or it'd be awesome to work.
Probably a brilliant working experience with all those kinds of talented people, and it'd be. But there's a certain level of fun that I'm certain is happening on a set where you have millions of dollars at your disposal to just fuck around and have fun with fake guns and a murder conspiracy, and whenever the first time they pop up with the ghost face type character, and you're like, what? You're like, huh? That's the first time tonally the movie shifts like crazy,
Yeah.
and you're like, no fucking way.
Like, huh? Yeah, it's like we got a serial killer, or is like actually ghost. Like I'm like, what? Like this is The cloak was wild, but no, and then from that moment on, like I wasn't really surprised by much. I was just kind of like, along for the ride. I was
Anything can happen.
honestly thinking that like that sea mine. I thought, I don't know. I knew it was gonna go off. Like right when it was entered. Like no way they're just gonna show that thing and then it's not gonna blow up. But I thought like we were gonna be like I don't know. It's attached to the back of a car, dragging it on the road, or even like a helicopter, dropping it from a building. It still doesn't go off, and then I don't know. I was thinking the craziest things for this sea mine, and then like, it does come back around and I guess killed the last remaining cult member with the damn Blundergat. It comes out with the fucking whatever that gun is. I don't know.
The Blundergat, yeah.
I mean, I thought Danny was donezo. I thought bro took, I don't know how many. Not even bullets at this point, like musket balls. Bro took 8 musket balls to the chest and just to the midsection. I'm like, damn. I was like, that's actually sad. And I was like actually heartbroken for a little bit. Yeah, I was like, no. I'm like, that's not okay. And luck, thankfully we're all good. We got the happy ending that we deserved. And yeah, like it even got pretty like not serious or like to the level of making me cry or anything like that, but like whenever the dad is arrest these men and then Danny gets to say like I'm actually kind of proud that like if mom were to see you today, I think she would have killed herself all over again. I was like, oh my god. I was just like, holy shit.
No, there's a reason. It's obviously very funny, but there's a reason there's a lot of very, very talented actors in these movies, which is that they're able to play these comedic beats with complete seriousness and take it 100% seriously and make it funnier that way. But then, I told you off mic last night, I texted you that this is probably my least favorite of the 3 in the Cornetto trilogy. I just happened to fit the Secret Society bill, and I still love it. But Shaun of the Dead and The World's End actually have some pretty strong emotional beats. They're not, they're not like, oh my god, I'm gonna sob, and I'm not using a fucking thing of tissue or anything. But I'm, it gets me a little bit. Both Shaun of the Dead and The World's End, but they all have their own kind of version of satire going. Like Shaun of the Dead satirizes the zombie film, the survival zombie flick. This satirizes the cop movie, and The World's End is kind of a sci-fi spoof. And again, they take it 100% seriously and treat it with such genre reverence that I think it ultimately ends up playing as all-timers within those genres, which is kind of hysterical. To like be making fun of something so well that you become just as good as anything in the genre itself.
Yeah, whenever you did tell me that of like that this was your least favorite of the 3, I was like, oh damn, like okay, like I gotta check out these other 3. And yeah, I was looking around. They do sell like a trilogy pack, like a disc, like a 4K and like Blu-ray of this trilogy. So like I love how it is kind of like an actual unofficial but official-ish trilogy for everyone. And yeah, we always have have like the director and actor pairs, that we like to see, whether it's Wes or or like more in the serious vein. But I love here where it's like, directors just, they have their people that they love to work with, and maybe they are just friends in real life. I don't know. Or maybe it started from the movie. I have no idea how the relationship started, but like, I feel like, after you make a movie like this, it's like, let's just run it back, like any way we can
keep this shit
do
going.
something else. Yeah. Come on. And it's, like what this is where like acting is just seen, this is like the major leagues, or like I could never see myself in any actual professional sports league. That's just like impossible. I still can't see myself as like an actual actor, but that's the dream I would want. Like that's the league I would want to join, because it feels like, oh my God, how to have this much fun like on the job. And you got to get
sorry,
there.
I just got to the part where he runs straight through the fence. It fucking kills me every time. It's so
I wish
funny.
I could watch, but Google took the movie away from me. You
48 hours expired on you.
God, what a weird concept. I guess it's real. Redbox was a thing. Movie rentals have always been a thing.
Yeah.
But like, if you buy a digital movie that you just are tuning in to the cloud to watch anyways, like why take that away from someone other than you just want them to pay $10 or $15 to actually buy it and have it for good. But yeah, so it's like, I wish I could watch again, but maybe I'll have to get the official, the trilogy disc, so I'll never have to run into that again.
I own all three of them. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz on Blu-ray, and The World's End on DVD. I'm pretty sure this version of Hot Fuzz I have, it's the Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
It comes with a director's commentary and conversation between Edgar Wright. Like the commentary is done by Edgar Wright and Quentin Tarantino.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty eclectic group of people there.
Wow. Okay. I mean, he has like he didn't have any input on the movie, or like he just came in to just do the director's commentary.
Him and Edgar Wright, yeah. I think Tarantino really fucked with the movie and was like, "Hey,
hey,
wow.
Any chance that I could, I could get in there?
Wow,
show me your feet."
yeah. I was trying to think. Was there a random foot shot or something in here? I don't
think there was. I don't think there was. There was some gratuitous violence though, and you love to see it.
That's true.
To the point where you're like, oh shit!
Yeah.
The church piece falling and impaling Tim Messenger.
Yep.
Terrible.
And then Skinner getting the same kind of similar-ish through the
chin.
What do you? Yeah, I guess the under chin. Is that just still your chin? I
don't know.
Your throat, in between your chin and throat. What is the taint of your
the
fucking
taint of your face.
Yeah, the face taint.
The face taint.
Yeah. So you got it through there. But let's see, everyone the bear trap in the bar.
Yep,
that was pretty nice. And let's see, I'm trying to think of any other crazy.
I mean, the shears, getting stabbed with the shears is pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not crazy, but it's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah,
the explosion where the body flies fucking 300 feet.
It's just showing how like it is brought up very satirical, but it's like makes you like wonder how easy it is for people to disappear, or like how many accidents aren't actually accidents in the world, and it's just like the crash on the side of the road is like, well, yeah, it's clear. His car was there, and then he ended up off the road there, and he's dead. And then they just go home, eat their dessert, and everything is all good to go. And it's like set a nice little fire on the stove, put some bacon and food there to make it somewhat believable, and bada bing, completely clean. And it's like I see how a small group of people could feasibly get away with this, but yeah, I even though you told me there was like a secret society, I was thinking it was more on the police vein kind of the whole time. Like I thought there was something more going on with the police that sent him to this town, and I'm honestly kind of surprised they didn't capitalize on that. Like I thought they were gonna say that it goes above, like this is just the cult for this one town, but then the police, have connections in every other, surrounding town wherever, and they were actually just trying to get rid of him and kill him. But then they were just like, no, is that the idea, or like do they truly want him back in London? Like they were, Like they just truly sent him out.
I
'cause he
think
was
they
doing too
actually
good
want him back in London. Yeah, I think it's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's an extension of the secret society or anything. I think the secret society is strictly Sanford, and they preserve their town, and that's that. And these dudes were fucking again. Everybody but him is an incompetent idiot, and they called him up and were like, "Oh shit, we didn't realize how safe you were keeping it." But things look bad without you in London. So if you wouldn't mind coming on back. Yeah, but after this, you've earned retirement. You know, I think he feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I'm not going back to London. He's like, no, this is the town. You know, this is where I belong. And yeah, it's like not. I kind of had not that I feel like I'm a cop or vigilante or saving the town, but it was like I feel like I once thought in my life that I needed to have a big city, or like, you know, I thought that was where I was going to end up. And then little old Rolla out of nowhere, you know, a small town that I initially hated everything about it, is like all coming back around. It's like, there's something about the small towns, right? Like, it's just a different feeling. And yeah, it's like, so that was just kind of nice just to see him
on the surface.
Stay.
Sanford is a really lovely little community. I love the town square, as it were. Yeah. Really, really big fan of the walkable community. You always love to see it. But yeah, obviously they've got some more fucked up shit going on.
Yeah, it's all not sunshine and rainbows. But now, you know, the Sanford is entering their golden era.
Now they're back. Now they really can be Village of the Year.
What was the crime at the end? You know, that they were like being called on for? It was like some like the most mundane thing. That ever. It was like some
fired up
hippies with radios or something, like, or boom boxes, or something like that. But it's like the level that the cult wanted to reach of like there is no crime, and like the, you know, like their joke, you know, eating dessert, whatever, because they're just actually covering up all the crime. But then now actually there isn't any crime, and the worst, you know, they're having a high speed pursuit, you know, get there faster, just some boom boxes or whatever. So yeah, it was like the ending felt good. Yeah, it was like it felt good the whole time. You know, it was fun, but then it's like it was you know, not anything. You know, I didn't cry. I guess I did maybe think that there was a little more to the secret society like that the police were gonna touch on, but I'm not like left like, oh man, I'm so pissed that they didn't go there, you know, or like that I needed them to go there. I was very satisfied with everything I had. I was just going off the rails with my good old theory brain, but yeah, no, it was like and maybe it was just that precursor of you like telling me there was a secret society, and maybe I did just play it to the ultimate degree. Like, I'm like, no, it can't just end here. I'm like, there's got to be something more, you know.
No, it's really quite simple. I love how, like, and that's one of my favorite things is the twist that it is that simple. Whenever it's like it goes so deep, it's city corruption, it's town wide, and they're like, no, we just didn't fuck with them. You know, we had to kill her because she was gonna move, and like she put us on the map, dude. Like, it's that's so funny.
It's just very black and white, and so yeah, that was nice. And I even thought, you know, before the reveal was that they're all kind of in that Ghostface costume. Like, whenever the runaway, like they almost had him. And he ran through the window, kind of the blood, and was sprinting in the field. I'm like, wow. I'm like, holy shit, this dude actually is like fucking fat. Like holy shit. And then I was like, I had the brief thought of like, maybe there's two of them. I'm like, and they're just hiding behind that wall. And I'm like, nah. I was like, and then I kind of brushed it off. I'm like, this guy is, I don't know. He just got it like that. And but I wonder, like, Skinner seemed to be the one actually doing most of the murder. But I think it'd be hilarious if like the like sheer stab in the throat was actually one of like the old ladies like just doing that. Right. But there's no way to actually fully know. But yeah, it's like, I feel most of the time, I mean, it was a big dude, like it, so I feel, you know, he can't really be the the old ladies most of the time, but yeah, the fucking that one fascist and hag lady, like that was
fascism.
That was,
yes,
a nice callback or nice turnaround. For that. But yeah, why say fat? Just shoot him. If you didn't say fascist,
fascist.
That confused. How is she calling Simon Pegg's character a fat? How?
Yeah, no shit. Like they are very clearly fascists.
Are they just blind to the fact? So blind, like they think what they're doing is just right, that they don't think that they're fascists, or like that. I'm confused as to how she thinks that I don't know,
someone trying to stop her is a fascist.
Yeah.
Just the hypocrisy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's also that line earlier whenever she's like, she goes fascist, and then he's like, excuse me, and she, she rattles off the answer, and he goes, it's actually fascism, and she goes, fascism, yes, fucking. Like she's like cheering on fascism, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking hag!"
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, it's really not a super deep movie to discuss. I know we're only like 30 some minutes in, but I really don't have much else to say about it.
Yeah, and that's like sometimes a simple movie can be its like detriment, or like if it doesn't go deeper into things, but like here it just makes it more enjoyable. Like it truly is like just sit back, relax, have a good time. We're gonna have some crazy action sequences where and yeah, like we did say, love Simon Pegg, but he isn't quite the Tom Cruise. Like whenever he's running or like sprinting. Like now I do see why we do talk about Tom Cruise running on screen. Like he does actually just have a cinematic look to him. While here, I wonder if like Simon Pegg is actually trying his hardest to like be cool, or if like there is some, he knows it is satirical, and like so he's I wonder if he's holding back at all, or if it is truly like him going all out. But
I think he is going all out, but I don't think it's in the sense that it's like, this is what I look like when I'm trying my hardest. No, I think he is trying very, very, very hard to pull off a specific version of what he's pulling off. I love the image of him completely armed to the teeth on the back of the horse coming into town. I fucking love it, dude. And I love how much Butterman loves movies. He opens that door and he's got like all of this, he's got his entire wall of movies, and he pulls out Point Break and Bad Boys 2. He goes, all right, which one? He goes, I don't know, which one do you think I'd prefer? And he goes, no, which one do you want to watch first? I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I guess the thing that actually did strike a chord or resonate with me the most was that he could never turn it off. He said like the job is always on, and he can't think of anything else. And then when Danny was like, no, like just this is how we how you can relax, and that's how he opens up the movie closet, and it's like that is the like as of right now. The only way I can relax is right. The only time my brain just does turn off or not kind of think of everything else is our movies. Why I love them so goddamn much. It might sound bad that it is my only escape, or like that I feel like I need to escape, but no, it's like I don't feel like I have an idle mode anymore. And maybe because I was so idle before, or like I didn't do much. Now I feel like I have to make up for lost time.
Be doing stuff.
But yeah, but movies is like my brain finally gets a chance just to sit back, relax, enjoy. And yeah, here it was that's all it was. I was like just having a good time. Even feel the desire to throw it on again. I was like, yeah, like this was just so much fun that I feel like it's gonna be in the rotation. Like this is so much easier of a movie to throw on than even like Interstellar, or like a movie that like a Batman, or like I love these movies to death, but like I must carve out the 3 hours or however long for those movies, and I am sat the whole time. This, not that I want to not be paying attention to it, but like it's just a
oh yeah, you don't have to be seared to it in order to get what's going on. Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a great way to kind of round out we did get pretty serious for most of the Secret Society ones, and this was a nice tonal change, or a nice way
I mean, we had Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, we had Eyes Wide Shut last week, and this movie does share a connection to Eyes Wide Shut. Believe it or not. And a pretty strong one in terms of like role played. The masked woman, Janine.
Masked woman, okay.
Yeah, the masked woman
in
that
Eyes
redeems.
Wide Shut. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, but Janine, also a masked woman in this, the one who breaks up with Simon Pegg. They're both played by Cate Blanchett.
Wait, what the hell?
Janine in this is like fully Cate Blanchett. The masked woman in Eyes Wide Shut is just voiced by Cate Blanchett. Yeah.
Oh my God! What the heck?
So that's a fun little line to draw from one to the other. She plays a masked woman who is not credited in both movies, which is so fucking funny. I think it's hysterical that Cate Blanchett is in this movie, by the way. Like, again, an absurdly good cast.
Oh wow, that's incredible. Yeah, it's like, but there's all kinds of movies for this exact reason. Movies can get serious and they can get real and they win awards. I don't think they were going for awards.
They're trying to make a fun fucking movie that almost 20 years later some douchebags would get on microphones and talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love.
No Kansas City, but the British Comedy Awards loved it. It was just nominated. But yeah, the Russian National Movie Awards. It was only nominated for the best blockbuster. Didn't win, but yeah, it doesn't look like stuff. Oh, it did. The stuff. Only time it won was in the National Movie Awards in the UK. It was the best comedy of 2007 to them. So there we go. They did take home a trophy. So they got hardware. It's you can't remove it. It's always
take
there.
That from them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I love it. But I think with that we can go ahead and do some plugs. Sorry, got a frog in my throat. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plug some other shows. I'm going to announce our slate for next month, and then we're going to rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. So, with that, be sure to check out Geek With Me, our other active show, ongoing Nerd Shit podcast. Currently, Daredevil Born Again is back on. We will definitely be discussing that. Maul Shadow Lord comes on next week. We will be discussing that. And that will be semi-weekly for both. So we got that to look forward to on Geek With Me, along with House of the Dragon coverage this summer. You got a little bit of a taste of that with the Patty Considine crossover here. So that's Geek With Me. We also did a TV podcast called Fire Pod With Me. It was a Twin Peaks podcast. I watched Twin Peaks for the 4th time. Joe watched it for the 1st time, and he had a great time. And you got to check it out. If you've never watched Twin Peaks, you should. And then if you happen to want a podcast to go with it, we've got it there for you. And like I said, we'll be back next week and in the weeks to come. And basically, April is going to be spent doing something that we're going to be calling watch list maintenance. And the only theme tying these movies together is that me and Joe have never seen them. We've never watched these movies, save for one exception where I've seen it and Joe somehow has not.
I know.
But it is the odd man out. So we are going to be every Friday, April 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th. We're going to be hitting some pretty big blind spots for me and for Joe. Starting on April 3rd with Children of Men. directed by Alfonso Cuarón. Pretty well-renowned and awesome-looking movie, but I've never had the pleasure of viewing it. April 10th, we're doing At Eternity's Gate, Julian Schnabel, Willem Dafoe, super exciting. April 17th, The Green Mile. There's a really, really specific reason I've never watched this movie, and it's because I know for a fact I will be a puddle of tears by the end of it. That's all I've heard about it. And then April 24th, we're going to be knocking off a Scorsese blind spot in Silence with Liam Neeson, Adam Driver, and Andrew Garfield. Very, very excited for that. But we're going to be hitting a special episode on 4/20, April 20th, with Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. For those wondering, this is a long time coming, as me and Joe did discuss the greatest film ever made, Scooby-Doo 1. It's actually available on Geek With Me. Prior to us founding the Cinementalists, this was back in 2022 when we did this. So nearly 4 years ago, we discussed Scooby-Doo. And now it's time to get back around to the sequel, baby. Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed on 4/20, so we got that to look forward to. So again, watch list maintenance goes April 3rd, Children of Men, April 10th, At Eternity's Gate, April 17th, The Green Mile, April 20th, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, and April 24th, Silence. And that will take us straight into May, where we will be doing our top 100 actors and actresses ever. In 10 parts, 2 parts every Friday. You got that to look forward to. Let's rate Hot Fuzz and let's get the hell out of here. How are we feeling on a scale of 1 to 10?
Let's see. Well, I guess I'm not quite at Eyes Wide Shut or last week. I had an all-time Kubrick, and I think that there's levels to this shit. Yeah. But I will say I had way more fun during this watch, and that is where most of the rating comes from. I don't think, as a film goes, I think, there are things that could be done better, sure, but that's not what this movie's concerned with at all.
Even then, it's an exceptionally well-made comedy. As far as comedies are concerned, it is really good looking. It's really well edited. It's got a kinetic energy to it that a lot of comedies don't have. It's good, man. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I'm kind of torn. I'm just I always look at the other movies and what is the closest movie that we've covered that is like this, and it's I don't know. They're
pretty
all
one
these
of one.
Are just so different. But I think I'm liking it more than The Grinch, or how The Grinch Stole Christmas. I know I'm comfortable there. I think, I'm liking it more than Home Alone. So there are some movies I know I'm comfortable going above. But I think I'm in the 8s somewhere. I think it's an 8, maybe just 8 flat, or 8.25 is where I was kind of going. Yeah. And let's see, where would that land at? As far Dry Long So was an 8.75. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I would not put it above Dry Long So. Yeah. Is there an 8 flat? Was Poetic Justice actually? Yeah. So it would be above Poetic Justice. I think I like an 8. I think.
Cool.
I think here.
I'll do a little heavy lifting. I'll bring it up a little bit. I'm going to take it to an 8.5 on a personal note. I love the movie. I think it's hilarious. I love Simon Pegg with all my heart. I will never tire of Simon Pegg. So everything he's in, I'm in. And I think evening it out there at an 8.25 on the old Cinementalometer feels pretty solid to me. So I can get with that.
There we are. Okay.
But yeah, with that, I think we can conclude this episode of The Cinementalists. And again, we will be back next week with Children of Men. Pretty big switch up from Hot Fuzz, if I had to guess. But we did Eyes Wide Shut last week, so we're just keeping you on your toes. Is all. That's all. That's what we're doing. So you got that to look forward to. But yeah, with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, fuck ice.